We're here today to call for the immediate, unconditional release of Aung San Suu Kyi. And we are here to call as well for the release from tyranny of all of the Burmese people. Your community, the Burmese people, have in effect been in jail, have been repressed for so many years, and in particular for the last 20 years. As we all know, Aung San Suu Kyi, almost 20 years ago, won an election that should have made her president. And for most of the past 19 years, for 13 of those years, Aung San Suu Kyi has been either in jail, as she is today, or under house arrest. This has to stop. We know that there are an extraordinary number of courageous people here in Canada and in Burma who are fighting for justice, fighting for the release of Aung San Suu Kyi. We all know about the courageous monks who went into the street with so many other supporters 2 years ago. We know that since that time in August, September 2007, the number of political prisoners in Burma has doubled to over 2,100, according to Amnesty International. We know too that almost exactly a year ago, Hurricane Nargis arrived in Burma with absolutely disastrous impact. And the regime made it worse, much worse, with their paranoia and their unwillingness to cooperate with the international community in providing help to the victims. The horrific result was 138,000 people lost their lives over the past year. Not just due to Hurricane Nargis, but due to the incompetence and the irrationality of the Burmese regime. It is time for change. The little bit of positive that I can bring to you today is that I feel reading that the international community is more united than ever in its opposition. Not the corporate community, who are still making profits out of Burma, but the political community, including the European Union, who have called for the release of Aung San Suu Kyi, and the United States, that has maintained the sanctions against that country's criminal regime. Canada has spoken up strongly, but needs to speak up even more strongly. But the country that I know best, in a way, because I am chair of China Rights Network, is China. China, as you know, has provided armaments, planes, ships to Burma that have been used to enslave the Burmese people. China has been Burma's most consistent supporter for the past 2 decades. But China is losing patience. China wants the respect of the international community, and China is now urging Burma to show respect for human rights, to move towards greater development for the ordinary people of Burma, and even has extraordinarily called for democracy. A bit of a joke, given that there's not too much democracy happening in China. But the point is that China is now working with the United States, with Russia, with the European Union, and they are united in a demand that the Burmese government release Aung San Suu Kyi and move towards respect for human rights. So our voices are being heard. That's the message. Our voices around the world as we protest are being heard. So keep this up, and one day I'll be able to take this button off and say Aung San Suu Kyi is now free.
Thank you very much. Out! Out!